What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Oh, God. I want this, you know what? I want to say something here. I want you to take note and watch the example of what I do, okay? If you are going to talk the talk, then walk the walk. And if you claim to be a fan of a team, you can't be a fair weather fan. You got to be there, win, lose, or draw. And that's what I'm doing. I know I am literally about to go into a tag team buzzsaw and get laughed at. This is going to be like in Game of Thrones. I can't remember what her name was, but the Queen, where they cut her hair and they made her go butt naked down through the masses and screaming, "Shame, shame, shame." I'm taking this one so you don't have to. And I'm going to say that we shall rise again. That this is going to be ugly, but this isn't the end of the story. This is not the end of the story. And when things go wrong, you can't run. Even though this was our Cowboys.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked, or the second half. We just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
That's right. Cersei, thank you, Rhonda. So let me get ready to get this thing going. I'm sure they'll want to bring me in early. Shout out to O'Brien all the way from Ireland. Shout out to him. Let's get this moved over. Let's see. About to enter the studio. I think I should change my name. No, I'm going to leave it still at Philly.500's daddy. Okay, let me enter the studio here.
Early in his career. So I got to get out of here, though. Holmes is checking in. It's time to get to it. Good.
He's checking in here. The walk of shame is coming for this dude, man. Could the Dolphins get Russell Wilson? Yes, they could. Because I tell you what are you going to do? But here, know this. They're only averaging 17 points in offense. Are you thrilled to death with Justin Fields? I mean, he's 3-0, averaging 17 points.
Right. So everybody's falling for that trap. I don't know. Mike Tomlin's a smart dude. I think he'll make the right decision, whatever.
So do I take a timeout or do I'm gonna take a timeout before, because what I want Mark Holmes to do.
Yeah, let's reset it, because you haven't. I don't think you're great.
You know what? I don't know if I should feel a little.
Anybody that wants to question Big Sills' talent, though, I mean, I challenge you to start a show on YouTube. Doesn't matter if you're talking to anybody, and talk for 2.5 hours without taking a break, without doing nothing. It's pretty impressive, man. Big Sills.
Well, because
How about
born
being
to talk shit?
manning
I
up
went to
and
Miami.
That's why we're
being
late every day. Everyone's like,
shit.
Big Sills is late. I'm like, he's not late. He's just shit talking with me for
This
8
is
minutes. He
Big
can't
Sills
shut his
time.
mouth.
So wait a minute. I
All
got to
right, hit the-
figure out
hit the
how
break.
I'm
I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody. See
Gotcha,
everybody.
man.
Love
We'll catch you tomorrow on Birds 365. So, guys,
Love everybody in the chat. Jacob Nation. Appreciate it.
I'm going to set this up
Lordy.
because I got to do something here before we bring in Dak Holmes.
Oh, Dak
And
Holmes.
I want to make
Oh,
sure.
Lordy.
Now, guys, I don't know if you're going to be kind to him, like to him. You know, they do have the Gigantes on Thursday night. So let me take a time out here. Philly.500 is also going to join us. And I got to give Mark Holmes credit. You know, most people would just not show up. Okay? They wouldn't. They would say, nah, you know, I'm not going to do any of that. Or they could be Sirianni and go, I don't want to answer those questions about my incompetent decision-making when it comes to fourth down.
This is going to be ugly, y'all.
But I'm going to give him a second here. I want him to get all sauced up and juiced up and ready to roll because Eagle fans are ready for you here. All right? Hit the like button. Philly.500 is coming around the corner. Also, keep it here, National Football Show.
Walk well and tries to cut through the middle. Oh!
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on sports.
I don't know what to do here, y'all.
The QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah.
Let me say, I'll turn that down. Let me say thank you all for watching me do the walk of shame. And I want you cockroaches out there who always give me shit or don't show up when you lose. Understand, this is what being a man is. Owning your shit.
And if you join our Winter Watch team, we'll give you another 20% off, and Colony Pools will handle it all.
Woo.
Keep your tiles on your pool, not in your pool. Fly with Colony right now, Birds fans. Visit flywithcolony.com.
I get scared.
Just a green one, laugh out loud.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Dak
Decisions.
Holmes, I love it. See, little Bucks lost
The
to
dark.
the Broncos.
The dark.
Doesn't matter.
But I
Mark's
once
going to be
heard
okay.
someone say-
I'll
But as I
live.
always
I'm
say,
sure I'll
It's
live.
okay to be afraid
As long as you face the fear.
and keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance.
I mean, there's not
for
much.
80
I don't know
years.
how I can defend
Independence
this, to
Blue
be
Cross.
honest with y'all. I really don't.
Hi, everybody.
Damn,
My
they
name
got
is
a lot
Jason
of
Lombardi.
ads.
I'm an inspector at DryTech.
Damn.
At DryTech, we offer three major services. The first one being basement waterproofing. The second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs. And then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.
522 people watching.
Heading down the shore. Have a ball once more.
Here, imaginations run wild and time stands still. Because
The commercials,
here,
I'm
you can find
serious.
The best of the
I'm not
Jersey
scared,
Shore,
Eagles
all
fans.
on one 5-mile island. So leave the old you behind and get lost in the woods.
Wild, wild, wildwood day.
Plan your stay in the Wildwoods today.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Red Sills, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming aboard. By the way, Clint Hurt texts me and he goes, "What'd you think of my boys? Let's see if they can do it again." You want to hear a goof? I'm not going to tell you from the Eagles who said this to me. Guess who has more tackles than Bryce Huff? Are you ready? Jalen Hurts. Did you hear me? Jalen Hurts has more tackles than this kid Huff. He actually really does. All right. Without further ado, I don't know how to introduce. First off, don't bring them both up. Bring up Philly.500 first. And there he is. Okay.
I'm chilling.
Wait a minute. Now, Philly, how should we bring the Walk of Shame in here with Dak?
Do you have music?
Hey,
have like funeral music?
I was thinking more porn music.
Shit.
Hold on.
The only porn that dude's having is food porn because he's been eating for 4 or 5 days. I'm not even kidding.
What do you mean?
You should see this guy. During a stream, he literally binged the whole stream, Phils. The dude wouldn't stop eating. He was so depressed.
Hold on.
But I don't know what he's depressed about. I mean, we tried to tell him. He ain't laughing this week, is he, Phils? He's not laughing this week.
I give him credit for being here. Mark Holmes joins us now. And, hey, Mark, are you... Mark.
Yeah. I'm here.
How you doing, brother? How you doing? Everything all right? How you doing, man?
I have been dreading this since Monday night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like this is Game of Thrones and I'm Cersei, who's having to do the walk of shame where they literally got me butt naked walking down between the masses and there's not shit that I can say.
Philly?
Not laughing now, are you? Not this week. You were laughing and happy last week, huh? What I want to know is what's more depressing for him? Because I think he's more depressed that the Eagles beat his team than his team losing. He was happy last week after a loss, wasn't he? He came on here all happy last week after a loss. Ain't laughing this week.
Hey, Mark, not to pile drive on this thing here, but Lazy Smith, man.
Whew. Well, you know, if it was only Mozzie Smith, you know what? Here's the problem: is for Cowboys that we are the circular firing squad that everybody's pointing at everybody else. What I'd really actually like to see is everybody just shut the fuck up and just play.
Yeah.
Micah missing in action. I don't want to see any podcasts. I don't want you starting shit with Eagles corner saying you don't know who the hell they are. And I just don't. We are. I have to say this. We are rock bottom right now, staring down the barrel of a 12-gauge shotgun with a do or die against the New York Giants. That literally. We are
Has
at the
Dak
point of
ever
having
lost to the Giants?
Dak has 2 times his rookie year. It's the only time in 2016. Ever since then, he has owned them and Cop Pizzle.
Not anymore. Not tomorrow.
Wait a minute. So let's do this. How do you feel about your win against the Saints, Philly?
I loved it. I mean, I thought it was a great team win, right? I took a lot of heat when I came on here during all season. I said the Eagles secondary is going to be better than the Cowboys secondary. They're already better. Already better than the Cowboys secondary. I mean, Cowboys allowed 44 points. That was the team that you couldn't stop. Look, man, our defense played really good. The biggest concern I have going forward is my head coach is a friggin' moron. And I cannot tell you how bad if I was a defensive player. All I could think about is remember when Buddy Ryan hit his offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Punched him?
Yes.
That keeps going through my mind, watching that defense go out there with the effort they were. And he wouldn't take points, Sills. He wouldn't take points. It was brutal.
Okay, Mark. So the Cowboys are driving you to drink. Is this the lowest you've been in a couple years with the Cowboys?
Well, I will say
at least in
we're
the
about whale
season.
shit low right now. We are whale shit low. You know where whale shit low is?
No.
Whale shit is at the bottom of the ocean. That's how fucking low we are right now. Whale shit low. We have literally Jerry Jones, who here's the sad part about it is Jerry Jones. There's actually a fire Jerry Jones whole thing going on Twitter. Check it out. Okay, not that it matters because he's not going to fire himself. He's not going to sell a team.
How you fire the owner?
Why would you? Why would you sell something that is worth $500 million more this year than last year, and you did nothing to get better? So yes, this is low.
That's total Cowboy stuff there because firing the owner because the owner likes playing with his toy. It's like completely wasted energy. I mean, I understand Eagle fans when they're talking about this buffoon of a head coach they have, who I think is going to absolutely cost them a critical. Get this. So you know what they got to set up in Philly still? In Philly, you know, when you hear Kellen Moore say this, yeah, you know, we got a collaborative like agreement here that we call plays and shit. I'm going like, well, what's the difference between you and Brian Johnson last year?
No, that's bad, Sills. I saw that it went from Kellen Moore calls all the plays to it's a collaborative effort to now Sirianni saying I call the plays here and there, and you knew when
idiot versus idiot calling plays
because you listen for 3 weeks I've been getting crap because I'm like it looks like Nick Sirianni's calling the plays because it looks exactly like last year, and it's always sequences. It's like 3-4 plays in a row. Crap, and then all of a sudden they get going again. Then all 3-4 plays. You can tell when he's calling the plays. That's a bad thing. They better stay away from it. That guy is the single biggest issue with this team. He will cost this team games. He almost cost this team games last week. He cost us Atlanta. We should be 3-0. To me, he is the biggest threat to the Eagles. Not the pass rush. It's him.
How about this, Mark? Did Mike McCarthy make calls over Kellen Moore or did Kellen have autonomy himself, or did Mike? I was under the impression Mike sat back.
He did
and let Kellen run the entire operation. So when Kellen gets in front, hey, Philly, he lied at the press conference because I agree with Mark because I remember one of the things that was upsetting to McCarthy when he got the job, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. Was that Kellen Moore had total autonomy on calling the plays, and Mike McCarthy was in the wings there.
Without a doubt.
Mike always wanted it to get back. So when Kellen was talking yesterday, he was lying.
Here's what happened with that situation was Mike McCarthy gets hired. Kellen Moore is the anointed son that you literally thought was going to be the next Jason Garrett. He couldn't go in and say, I'm going to call plays because then immediately it was going to be, well, we had a great play caller. Now you're doing it. He had to let Kellen Moore fail. And if you notice, if you went back through the press conferences after we've lost in the playoffs and stuff, he would say the installer does the play calls and Kellen Moore is the installer. So he's pointing at Kellen Moore saying he's the guy that's doing all this. That way, when it failed, he could have, okay, it wasn't me. Now I can do my thing. So now you've got, with your side, you don't really know who is it, Kellen Moore? Is it, Nick Sirianni? Either way, it made no sense that you guys are kicking after turning down close-in field goals that you're trying, a 60-yarder?
No, that's a moron coach.
I was like, what are you doing? Coach. Now you're going to kick the field goal?
Right. I mean, the guy literally cost us the game versus Atlanta. All he had to do was run. What's his face?
Just run one running play.
Win the game. Yeah. Then he did everything in his power to lose that game. He did everything in his power to lose that game. They won in spite of Nick Sirianni. Okay,
I'll give you that one.
And it drives me crazy. All I keep seeing is flashbacks of Buddy Ryan throwing a right hook at his offensive coordinator, and I'm waiting for it. If I'm a defensive player, I'm getting pissed off watching that. All right, I'm getting pissed off him doing those things when we're putting out a good effort on our side of the ball. And then all he's worried about at the end of the game is Jalen Carter talking shit. Let Jalen Carter talk, man. He's driving me nuts. I don't know, man. He is going to cost us. He's the biggest threat we have to this whole thing failing. And let me say this one other thing. One of the big things that they talked about last year were there too many voices talking into Jalen Hurts' ears. You have too many people telling him, do this, do that. No, you do this, do that. It doesn't, it doesn't seem like that's changed.
No.
Kellen Moore should be talking to Jalen Carter, his quarterback coach, but Nick Sirianni now going from, I don't have any, I don't call the plays to, I take the play calling here and there. I have a problem with it. I have a big problem with it.
I have a question for you, Dak Combs.
Oh Lord, here we go. I'm about to be careful because I can explode at any moment. I've had some liquor in me and so on, and I'm pissed off.
You're probably better on the air.
I have to get him pissed off.
Hey, anyway, let me ask you this here. Why, when things go south, do you guys implode and start pointing fingers and start taking shits on each other? I mean, the fans, the players. By the way, all the super chats, I swear I'll get to them. Guy, why do you guys automatically go to the lowest common denominator where you start going after one another and you put charades on the sidelines and you just start acting so unprofessional? I mean, I don't get it. Is it because your coach doesn't have autonomy in the locker room? Is it why do you go to those lowest extremes when you're 1-2? The fucking season's not over yet,
right.
But it sure looks like in Dallas it is.
I had to tell him that this morning.
You know what? And actually, because Stills, I texted you this morning.
You did.
Because I wanted to, unlike the cockroaches, the fair weather fans, I said, I'm going to do the walk of shame here today, okay? And then Philly.500 is like, oh, hey, how you doing today? Are you showing up? It's like, yeah, I'm going to be there. And I said, I actually said, I may put a bag on my head.
Philly likes taking shits on Cowboy guys.
He actually felt sorry for me. But here's what Philly said. Man, listen. You're only 1-2. It's early in the season. Yeah. Don't put a bag on your head. Now, if you lose to the Giants, you need the bag.
Now it's over.
Here's the problem.
And it will happen tomorrow.
You want to know what the problem is
in
Dallas?
Big money.
Here's the real problem in Dallas is from Jerry Jones and the sales job that he does. I'm partially to blame. Me and all of us YouTubers that literally see for our own eyes that Mozzie Smith is not the guy. That the guys we signed that are journeymen over their prime, guys at the end of training camp, that they're going to be able to do the job that we haven't had done in 20 years at stopping the run.
But Mark, you know what? The Eagles got the last great year out of Linville Joseph.
Yeah,
now
you did.
See him,
and that's when we bring in guys. We sit there and think, well, Zeke Elliott wasn't good enough 2 years ago, but he'll be okay now after being a year in there. Yep. And we don't need a running game. You know what? We're going to pay Dak and we're going to pay CD, and both of those guys are going to give us more production because we paid them more money. We literally are the most yards in the NFL in passing. My quarterback is 4 TDs, 2 interceptions, as opposed to some of the other quarterbacks. You talked about
2 all-pro corners.
Yeah, and one is not on the field right now, and one is coming back from injury. But why would you throw in the Cowboys?
Hey, I want to stop you one.
Baltimore literally went 22 personnel and said, we're going to run up the middle on you. We couldn't do shit to stop it.
Hey, Mark, for a guy that knows Randy White, Too Tall, and these guys, doomsday defense, you are doomsday.
We're doomed.
This is doomsday. No, you're doomed. It's doom defense. I mean, there is no doubt about it here. Hey, watch this, Philly, and I'll ask Mark this one too. I feel better funny about Washington in the NFC East right now than Dallas.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
I had them finishing second in the division. I had Dallas finishing third. They might finish fourth now. You can't run the ball in the NFL, and you can't stop the run. You're not going to win very many games.
You're not.
And they can't.
And you have one weapon to throw to.
There was one guy and there was one video I did in the offseason. And I said, there's one player I do not want the Cowboys to get this all season, and that was Saquon Barkley. Mm-hmm. If he goes to Dallas, it's a completely different
game. Or Henry.
Or Henry. But But they didn't, and they
to
have
come
no
here.
running game. What do you guys average? Like 3-point something yards?
Hey, by the way, Philly,
We're
Henry lives in
31st
Dallas.
I know.
No. It gets worse. He bought a second house in Dallas. Dallas and said, I want to play there. And the Cowboys, Jerry freaking Jones wouldn't even pick up the phone and say, you know what?
I love Jerry.
Hey, and he puts
we can't afford it. How do
you,
this is what fucking pisses me off because, you know what?
I love
Derrick Henry might have said, you know what? I'm going to give you a home team discount. Since I have 2 freaking homes in Dallas, I'd like to play there because, that's where I live. Maybe I'll go for $5 million a year. And we're sitting here paying Trey Lance $5.4 million guaranteed. Zeke Elliott $2.5 million. And you're sitting here saying, well, we couldn't afford Derrick Henry. Because here's the bullshit. I'm losing my mind here. Forgive me for losing it on your channel. No, it's the bullshit of Jerry Jones trying to sell. He is the modern day P.T. Barnum who tells you, trust the process. We got the best coaching, this, that, and the other. You can't blame Mike McCarthy, okay, because he's not given the tools. We turn on Dan Quinn, who actually was doing shit with smoke and mirrors and saying, that guy's an idiot. All we need is a new coach. You bring in Mike Zimmer, and you end up depleting the defense, and guess what? It's even worse. Why? Because you don't have the players, because Jerry Jones is sitting here talking about how big somebody's shit is instead of getting studs on the field.
Go get yourself a glizzy.
Fuck.
Hey, wait a minute.
He's got 8.5-inch hands. Oh, and he's got an 8.5-inch dick too. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Seriously.
I love Jerry Jones.
I know. Hey, man. Hey, I'd rather take a paternity test than trade Michael Parsons. That was certainly.
I love Jerry Jones.
Oh, see,
awesome.
Hey, Philly, how you feeling about your boy Jalen Carter? I'm gonna tell you why I'm pissed off at him. You can't show me the effort you gave me in Atlanta, then turn around and put an effort like you did in New Orleans, and not put that back to back and start being a pro every week in and week out.
That's the thing with him, right? Maturity. He's got to learn back to back. I mean. That's what the greats do. I'm telling you, Sills, I saw flashes of Jerome Brown out there.
He is. He's got it.
I mean, he has that ability to dominate, right? And I thought he was unstoppable. He was the best player on the field. And I thought Jordan Davis was pretty good, Yeah,
he was.
But here's the thing. You've still got no sacks by your edge rushers, though, at all, So it just shows you if you could get a pass rush going and you get some support with the edge, that defensive line will be pretty good. But I'm very happy with what I saw from Jalen Carter.
You know what I saw flashes.
Your offense is not. You got to have a lot of questions about your offense.
You know what I saw flashes. You know what I saw flashes of Mozzie Smith. He reminded me of Charlie Brown. When Lucy takes the football away and he just falls flat on his face.
Listen,
he sucks so bad. It's unbelievable how mad of a miss that is. Get this, the Cowboys are getting destroyed on the run. He was drafted to stop that. He didn't have to put 10 sacks.
But
he just had to stop the run.
And that run game, though, teams are running on them, has totally neutralized Micah Parsons. I mean, Parsons has done nothing.
He's right.
He's got a podcast. He's got a podcast.
Right? Okay. And then he talks about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Who's he? Who is he? C.J. Gardner-Johnson played in a Super Bowl, played some big games that he's never played in. So, come on.
It is affecting the game, that run defense. What were you saying about the Eagle? Before you get inebriated, I want to get you on record here. What were you saying about the Eagles' offense?
You got to. Listen, I'm going to say Saquon is the real deal.
Yeah, you know what? I got him in my MVP race right now,
and I can't disagree with that. I'm a hater. I hate the freaking Eagles, but what you guys do is the thing that the Cowboys detest the most is you look and say, where can we get a playmaker? Instead of the Cowboys doing that, they say, well, we can't afford that. We believe in our own guys. Well, I hate to tell you, Steven, your own guys failed last year in the playoffs. You turning around and basically saying, we believe in our guys, we're going to hold on to these guys. We can't afford anybody else. You are spinning your wheels in a league that now, here's our problem right now. Defensive coordinators, they evaluate what you do and do well. Dak to CeeDee Lamb, one of the best combinations in football. There is nobody to take the pressure off CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb contested passes.
Would you trade for T. Higgins?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would look for another weapon because
he's not going to.
No, it would. It actually would. Because here's the thing. Let me give you some statistics here. Contested passes. CeeDee Lamb has got 39% contested passes compared to 15% last year. He's getting blanketed coverage because nobody cares about your running game. Nobody has got a fear that we need to put 8 men in the box, even if you're in 22 personnel.
I told you Ricky Ricardo wasn't going to cut it, man. I mean, that's what...
Do you feel better now? Do you feel better shitting on me in my misery that I am literally just feeling like shit?
No, I got
that I am literally rock bottom. That I am in here drinking. That Jerry Jones is making me. Do you feel better now?
No, you need like 12 dozen donuts right now. That's
you need
some Krellers. That's what I'm saying. I get it, man.
I'll ask Jerry about those glizzies. Okay, he'll get the 8.5 Rosies. Okay.
So wait a minute
they need
now.
A running back.
So you going into this Buck game this week with, get this, Mark, it's going to be these guys. Your wide receivers are going to be Jahan Dotson, Paris Campbell,
first down.
And guess who else? Johnny Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going into Tampa Bay with those stiffs, and you got Barkley and Goddard. Now, again, NFL's a war of attrition league. I mean, as great as that New Orleans game is, plus you may not have Lane. Grade 1 concussion.
How about Devontae Smith? Because wasn't he throwing up on the sidelines?
No, Lane Johnson was throwing up on the sidelines.
Yeah. Grade 1 concussion.
Devontae should be playing. That was the most cheap bullshit I've ever seen.
But he's not in concussion protocol?
How does the ref not blow the whistle? The guy literally
are known for that.
Yeah, they are. But, here's my fear going into this game. My fear isn't even losing this game. My fear is that they rush A.J. Brown back because they don't have a receiver and he's not 100%.
Hey, Diane Rossini was told by him, now from the time he missed, that he's going to be out between 3 to 6. You know what that leads into? If it's 6, that rolls into the Cowboy game.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be out that long. I think you sit him out this week, then you have your bye week. To me, I'm more concerned about the bye week. I said this was my plan. Just be 2-2 at the bye. Now they did that. They beat New Orleans. Can they beat Tampa? Yeah, I think they can. And why? Because you're going to run Barkley 45 times.
Absolutely.
You're going to win. But, listen, they know what you're going to do. You got the offensive line. You got those guys that can do it. Even you lose Lane and you lose Becton and Johnson.
Red Johnson and Tyler Steen.
They played great. But the thing with Barkley, and I knew Barkley would be good if he ever went to a town team. He looks he looks fast, elusive.
Can I be a fly in the ointment?
Scary.
There's no doubt.
Can I be a fly in the ointment?
Sure. Here's the deal. 73 touches right now, in my opinion. He's on pace for over 400. He'll never last.
No,
that's the problem. That is your fatal flaw. That right now, everything is going through Barkley, and if he gets hurt, if he gets hurt, you're fucked.
Well, of course. Who are we going to bring in? Kenneth Gainwell? Come on, no Gainwell.
We'll trade you Zeke.
The drop off between. Look, Gainwell's better than Zeke, but
and Rico Bataldi, whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah. But the thing is you got to use Barkley right now. You got to use him.
You want to know how pissed off I am? Hold on. Wait.
Hey, Philly.500. Tyler Guyton. I saw him. You know where I saw him? Over at Lincoln Financial. He was
okay. Pile on.
Hey, he was a turnstile for like the VIP box guys when you go up to the third deck at Lincoln Financial.
Mark, save some liquor because I'm telling you what, I got it.
Don't worry, I got fans that are sending me bottles. Okay,
I think the Giants.
Tyler Guyton is a turnstile right now.
Turnstile.
The only
I think
thing.
the Giants are winning.
Here's the only thing that I will say that gives me hope. Okay, is it's early in the season and you've got a new defense that maybe people are still feeling it out and trying to figure out where it is. That we will get back Deron Bland probably in another 2 weeks. That'll help us. And I look around the NFL. Teams are getting beat up. San Francisco's not running away with it. You got Christian McCaffrey going to Germany and stuff. I don't know that Sam Darnold is going to be able to keep this up for a season. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, Mark.
And
Mark,
so there's still a chance.
They have beaten the Niners and the Texans in back-to-back weeks. I mean,
Well,
we're not
this is
talking
true,
about.
but this is the Niners that are full strength, and the Eagles. You guys are getting some injuries here.
Was out.
We're getting the injuries hopefully out of the way. But, I mean, you could say that about the league every year, no matter what. It's a war of attrition. Every year's like that. The question is how does Dallas beat the good teams when you can't stop the run? How are you going to stop Saquon Barkley? How are you going to stop Josh Jacobs?
Well, Barkley may stop himself. Barkley may stop himself. But as much as you are relying on Barkley, you have to look at your quarterback that is a turnover machine right now.
I could see
your
that
quarterback may be your problem with your offensive quarterback.
How many interceptions does your quarterback have?
2.
How many does mine have?
Your guy has 4 turnovers.
3.
Mine has 4 turnovers.
No, my guy has 3 interceptions
and a fumble.
And 1 boneheaded fumble.
Okay, that's 4 turnovers. Mine's got 2.
You guy fumbled and got it back. He fumbled twice. That I remember that went right to Dallas Cowboys.
All right. Well, we'll see when the end of the year.
You're claiming.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Of greatness by Dak. One less interception.
Wait.
Come on,
Philly. Are you concerned with this number here? Since Shane Steichen has been the coordinator in the building, these numbers are here with him. He's got the most turnovers of any quarterback. And let me give him all. Let me give you all the numbers here. He's got the most turnovers in 2 years versus any quarterback in the NFL. And I'm going to read you this from Fox here. Since Shane Steichen, 230 yards passing, his touchdowns, he's thrown 26 and thrown 20 interceptions. His passer rating is 88, and his giveaways, as I said, is the most in the NFL in 2 years. So he's thrown 26 touchdowns and 20 interceptions since last year. I mean, are you concerned about that?
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not saying like you can ignore the statistic. What I'm saying is that he can't sit there and claim how great Dak is. He's got one less interception. All right.
He's got
I tell you this,
I don't think Dak's been the problem in Dallas, though.
The problem is we don't have anything to go with Dak.
It's not the playoffs. If it's the playoffs, then Dak will be the problem. But it's not the playoffs. But the problem for the Cowboys is the only way they can win is Dak's got to throw because they're always playing from way behind. So he pads his numbers. That whole second half was a bunch of bullshit play. It was padding his stats the whole second half of the last 2 games. Okay?
We got people calling.
You're telling me that great New Orleans offense that we only gave up 12 points against us? They went
that offense. I tell you what, though.
I thought that second.
You know what's interesting, bro? Take a look at the injury sheet on there. Look at how many guys the Cowboys knocked the F out of that game and softened them up for you.
For who? Are you kidding?
Guys like Tyson Hill didn't pay.
So you're claiming Eagles victory to the Cowboys.
No,
boy, you have hit a new low.
Bro, take a look at the injury. Oh, that's fine. You know what?
Dude,
I'm biding my time because there's going to be a time that I'm going to come in here with the shit-eating grin where I'm going to be like Jerry Jones. And I'm going to say, how about them Cowboys?
I'm going to be streaming it. I'm going to have the Mark Holmes meltdown cam.
Yes.
You're going to be gorging on glizzies, on sandwiches. Hey, you better stock your
bro.
You could be 2-2, both of you.
I know that's the thing about. That's the worst thing about it.
They're going to be 1-3. They're losing tomorrow. They're going to lose.
They're going to lose.
So wait a minute. Hold on here. Wait. So let me ask you, Philly, are you putting your money on the Cowboys losing with Bet US tomorrow?
I already did. Yeah. Yeah, $100 bet.
You put $100. You gave up the 5 points?
I took the money line, not even the points. I took Giants money line and the over 45.
Oh, shit.
I got $100 on it. Bet
What do you?
Shout
Hey,
out to them.
Okay, well, listen, I'm putting my dad's money on it.
How about hey?
I'm his bookie.
How about you?
Okay.
What do you see tomorrow night for the Cowboys against the Giants?
I hope I see. What do I hope I see?
No fucking hope. No hope. This ain't a hope game.
The Cowboys have owned Daniel Jones. I hope they don't walk in there thinking, we got this, like they did with Green Bay last year, and they get their lunch handed to them. I hope
in the Meadowlands.
I hope that this is the Cowboys go in there and they mollywop them and get themselves a couple extra days to get ready for the Steelers. If they don't, then this shit is going to go downhill fast. This is a desperation bowl right here. This is the battle of the basement bitches right now. And the loser starts planning on next year.
How about you, man? Buccaneers on Sunday. Ton of injuries heading into this football game. Todd Bowles is one of the great coordinators, bringing pressure. Really stymied Jalen in the playoffs.
I feel like it's.
Is this a 60-minute game in your opinion? Is this a fourth Philly? Is this a fourth quarter game?
I think it's going to be very similar to the New Orleans game. I do. But I think that defense is going to step up again. See, the one thing about the defense that I like is, Vic Fangio runs it. Nobody's questioning him. He's the guy. He does it. I think the struggles that the Eagles had on the offensive far are because you have too many people talking and collaborating instead of letting Kellen Moore just go to work and do his thing. And the one thing I'll say about Jalen Hurts is, yeah, you're right. The turnovers, he's got to cut that down. But you know what? He has a way. And the it factor with him is that despite those turnovers and things that he does in a game, he finds a way to win at the end. So
he
finds a way to come back. And that's one thing the Cowboys, especially Dak, can't do in pressure situations.
Mark, I will say this. The difference between him and Trevor Lawrence is that Trevor Lawrence loses in turnovers. But, he may have a ton of turnovers right now, but he's still winning. And as you're going through all the new responsibilities, if I'm the Eagles, I got to think that that's going to get better. He's not going to continue that trend like that because the one thing he does do, you know what he does late in games? I thought he was better late in the game against New Orleans when they lost Devontae because he had to spread the ball around, and he found Goddard coming across the middle of the field, and he was able to get open. I think some of these guys, look at Josh Allen, the way he plays, Mark. And you know what I think hurts Dak Prescott? CeeDee Lamb. I would trade his ass in a second, and I'll tell you why.
God, yeah.
Check this out.
He checks out.
Philly, listen to this here. Josh Allen's a better quarterback right now because he doesn't have a target, Stephon Diggs, that's worried about numbers, worried about yards. He's spreading the ball around. He's a better ball player. Look at what you got in Kansas City. There's no top-flight wideout. They've developed that guy. The quarterback is the guy. He's the engine.
That guy is something else.
That CeeDee Lamb is holding Dak back.
When you actually look, here's how pathetic it is, because when the Cowboys were actually beginning to make some hay, it was when CeeDee Lamb was basically benched in this game. And when you look at the NFL right now,
that's true.
When you look at the NFL right now, when has the big diva wide receiver been in the Super Bowl? It's always the team with the great tight ends.
Not in it, but won it. I mean, Mike Evans didn't get that big deal. Maybe Cooper Kupp, but you're right. Look, Devontae Adams has never been the one. Justin Jefferson's never been the one. AJ's been the one, but he didn't have that giant. Well, he had a $25 million deal.
He had a good game, though. AJ Brown played great.
Well, what I'm saying
is, played great.
But what I'm saying is, Philly, the majority of the teams that win these Super Bowls don't have that. I mean, look at Kansas City. Look at the dynasties in the last 25 years. New England and Kansas City. Name me a high-profile wide receiver. Tyreek Hill didn't have that giant contract. He got it in Miami. You didn't have one big-time wide receiver in New England when they won a Super Bowl. People go Randy Moss.
No.
Randy Moss didn't win a Super Bowl in New England. He didn't win a
Super Bowl with them.
And all they're better now in Kansas City without.
And that's the truth.
Guess what? Guess who was voted the number one NFL player by the players? Tyreek Hill. So you're telling me Kansas City's better without the best player in the league?
And what has Miami done with them?
Mahomes is the best player in the league. You know, I think Mahomes is the exception to the rule of pretty much everything. You got Mahomes, and then there's nobody close. And Mahomes can take basically average guys and make them better. He's just that good. And look, the guy's won 3 Super Bowls already. I can't say anything bad about him.
And the 4.
But, I mean, but I don't think there's anybody else in the league that can do that. I do think Josh Allen, extremely talented. And maybe I don't believe Josh Allen's a choke or anything. I think that playoff game where it was him and Mahomes going back and forth showed me he can win in a big game. But, that team, we'll see what they do.
Well, they got a big schedule coming up.
I think other guys.
Can I interject for a second?
Quarterbacks need talent around them.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
See, here's the reality of football. We all want to be able to say that you have one guy that can do it or that it's just the quarterback. The reality is you got to be balanced across the board. You can't be top heavy at one spot. The best thing you could do is make it so that way all of these guys are nonchalant like Josh Allen is right now, because there's not one guy to stop. Teams know if I stop CeeDee Lamb, there's nobody else that's going to beat us. We had literally CeeDee Lamb with 1,000 yards more than anybody else. You don't have a running game. You don't have anybody else. If we can focus on one guy. And that's the thing that works good for your Eagles, although you have to worry about it with A.J. Brown, is now you've got a running game with Saquon who can't catch.
That's right.
You've got Devontae. You've got Dallas Goedert. You can move the ball around. There's not one guy to stop.
Mark, the best thing ever happened to the Eagles is that AJ got hurt.
It will teach them.
You know why?
Yeah.
Right. What you're doing is establishing a role early. We know what AJ can do, right? Do you know how good this fucking team will be
when he comes back?
10, when he comes back, and they have already think about it, Philly. You're establishing a role. At the beginning of the year, everyone was like, what is his role going to actually be? Are you going to give him 20 carries? Are you going to do this? Now you know what this guy's role is on this offense. And when you I've got to tell you something, my guy. You better go to that pint now, man, because I'm going to tell you something.
I killed the bottle.
AJ comes back and Devontae comes back and they have to find a role for Barkley and he's not hurt. You're going to be Whiskey Jimmy.
Right.
Because they're going to be a scary team.
That's why you got to
Can we get a rum sponsor in here?
No, man, you're getting the fuck out of here, all of you. Hey, listen, you two guys were sensational today. I mean, absolutely great. I'll tell you why. And hey, Mark, I got to hand it to you, man. Way to go to the Walk of Shame. Your Cowboys better win that Giant game, man. Or guess what?
You know what?
The greatest thing? The Cowboys losing is the greatest content on the planet. The Cowboys winning,
hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on. You know what? No. I got some shit to say to you fucking Eagles right now. I got some shit to say right now. There are 604 people in here in Dan Selio show walking. There's only 221 likes? Y'all are a piece of shit. You should be loving this damn show and be thankful that Dan Selio literally talked about who the hell is Mark Holmes to bring him in here. If you do not get these likes over 500 people, you ain't shit.
I believe you were wearing your grandma's panties or something.
And that's all I have to say about that.
No, wife's panties.
Yeah, Mark. Poor Mark. Mark's. I don't think he's going to make it to this year.
I might
on the
not.
verge of a breakdown.
Do they win? Do they win on Sunday? Finally, Philly against the Bucs.
I think they're going to pull out a close one, like another 15-12 type game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I think it's going back and forth. I think they're going to win, and I think the reason again is going to be Jalen Carter. I think Jalen Carter, another big game. You know, the one thing about the Buccaneers is they've given up 12 sacks in
they're middle of the road with statistics all over the place.
So maybe we could get if Jalen Carter and Davis play the way they did, I think we're going to win this game. But
as long as they don't play like Mozzie Smith, they're good. That's all I give.
You got to use Barkley though too.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Your Cowboys win tomorrow, right? At the Meadowlands. They win, right? Oh my God!
Yeah, we get a win.
Holy cow, you got to take a shot of courage before he ends up.
We're
This
gonna
guy's
get
got to take a shot of fucking courage.
We have to get a win, or else I'm going to be missing in action. That's all I can say. We have to find a way to get a win.
Coming up.
We got to
got
find
a
a
tough
win.
schedule coming up. They got to win this game. They got Pittsburgh, right?
The reality is this:
Niners. You got the Falcons.
If the Cowboys can get a win here, you get a little bit of a breather. Okay, mini bye week because it is a Thursday night game. You've got the Steelers. I don't know that the Steelers are that great, but maybe we go ahead and get Deron Bland back, and maybe we luck out and get a win there. The thing is through this rough stretch, the Cowboys have to be 500. We have to be 4-4.
Mark better build the time machine because he's got a problem. They don't have a running back.
I can't disagree with that.
Where's Dalvin Cook? Didn't you sign Cook?
Oh my God! Don't.
Why is he
You're like sticking needles in my neck here, bro. It's crazy every week. Well, we ain't gonna bring Dalvin Cook back just yet. We're gonna wait.
What's that?
I do.
They haven't won multiple playoff games.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Any respected year in 29
fuck you, Dan.
years.
Damn, fuck you, man.
29 years they haven't won multiple playoff games in 1 year.
And at this rate, it's going to be another 29 because Jerry Jones is going to live for at least
he ain't living that long.
Years.
Are y'all having fun here?
The guy's already 12,000 years old.
Are you having fun here at my behalf?
Now I am.
I'm having
okay. That's your boy, Stephen Jones. They're the ones that brought us this shit here. Okay, they're the ones that said we can do more with less. Okay.
Well,
and now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm the one taking the shots for the damn Cowboys and their ineptitude.
The best.
While I'm getting laughed at by the Eagles.
The best Dallas Cowboys show in the city of Dallas goes to Mark Holmes. I will give that to you because those radio shows blow out loud. Believe me, they're all knee scrapers in that town. Always kissing up to Jerry and you guys. I love what you guys do because you speak it from your heart. Mark, thank you so much. He always shows up, man. Hey, by the way, dude, kudos. You're 1-2. Act like it. You're not fucking 1-7.
Yeah, it's not over. No, tomorrow you start panicking. Bad comes
you know why?
Okay.
You know why?
I feel so much better. Thank you.
Hey, remember when Dak Holmes over here was going like this after the Cleveland game?
Yeah.
Now look at him.
And then the Giants beat the Cleveland Browns.
I keep thinking about last week when he came on all happy. He was so happy after a loss.
He was happy because the Eagles got murdered.
Because the Eagles, he didn't care.
Somebody
now it's
save
different.
me.
But I think they lose tomorrow. I do. I have a weird feeling the Giants are going to win this game.
He's betting on BetUS on a C note that the Cowboys.
I did. I already bet it. I bet it, Sills. Hey, Sills, I bet $250 last week on Baltimore. And the over. I took Baltimore in the over because there's no way they're going 0-3. Oh, they had a big hit, baby. I'm on a roll. So Giants money line and the over tomorrow. Giants going to win. Daniel Jones going to tear it up.
Okay.
Mark's going to be tearing them glizzies up.
See, this is
them
the rock
ready,
stuff. You're going to need the rock stuff after this.
I think I need to go to the liquor store before tomorrow. That's what I need to do.
Hey, guys, you guys were great. Philly, tell them where they can find you, please.
Just type in Philly.500 or, something about Mark Holmes. I'm sure I'll come up there, too, since I'm on his show like every night anyways. He plays clips of me constantly.
Hey, Mark, how the folks can find you. So thank you very much.
If the Cowboys lose to the Giants, it'll be in the gutter. Okay. But other than that, Cowboy Joe Boo or Joe Boo Sports Report. We appreciate you, Dan. And get them damn likes up, you loser ass Eagle fans.
There you go. There you go. That's how you deal with it. Way to
Sorry
go.
ass bitches.
You got it, man. Thank you, guys. Very good. Great stuff as always. I got to hand it to Mark, man. Really awesome.
Guys, that was
stepping
hard.
up here. Xander, let's do this before we take the time out here, man. Let's get all these super chats up here, too. You guys were fantastic.
That was hard.
I would like to see Howie trade for Trey Hendrickson. I'm not sure he would do that because Howie's ego will get in the way. Absolutely, because you spent $51 million.
How bad is it that I have to listen to the Eagles that have to pump us up and say, the season's not over? This sucks, guys. This sucks. We have to find a way to win somehow, some way. I'll be honest with you. I think they actually felt sorry for me because they could have dogged me even more, and deservingly so. We suck. We literally suck. The fact that Cot Pizzle, with the New York Giants, after paying Daniel Jones $40 million, has any right to try and troll us is a damn embarrassment and a shame. And I have been one who has been here with the Cowboys trying to, damn, you hear that? Still pretty solid for an old guy, okay? Pump you up about the Dallas Cowboys. And I feel that I've cheated you guys and have bullshitted you to tell you that this is a good team. And right now, the Dallas Cowboys are not a good team. We are not doing the fundamentals right. We're not getting the right angles. We're not getting the right angles of pursuit. We are not lining up correctly. We are not functioning like an NFL team. The fact that we had Baltimore literally line up in 22 personnel, and if you don't understand what 22 personnel is, that's 2 tight ends and 2 running backs, which is typically a formation that is a short yardage running formation. You really don't have wide receivers. This is saying, listen, we're running the ball right here, and we dare you to stop us. I remember being in high school, and this week is my 40th high school reunion, and it's amazing that this time has flown by that quickly. My 40th high school reunion, unfortunately, we're supposed to get like an inch and a half of rain on Friday, which is homecoming, where the parade is in the afternoon and then the high school game, and then a meetup at Vienna Inn. But I remember us playing against Washington Lee High School. W&L High School, we won 74-14. We literally got to the line of scrimmage and we said, we're running right here. Here's where the ball is coming. I'm not bullshitting you. And we ran the ball right there. That is what the Baltimore Ravens did. We're at the end of the line, Mark. We are cooked. And for the Cowboy players to be NFL players, Walker Wade, there's still time to turn this thing around. I'm not ready yet. I tell you what, Walker Wade, if we get mollywopped tomorrow, then it's over. Appreciate the super chat. It's a party now. But for NFL players to get beat like that, sorry, you got no balls. Maybe Jerry Jones was looking at the stick and not with the balls to go with it. Maybe he needs to look at the balls to go with it as well. But that ain't it, bro. We have to man the hell up and realize that everybody is coming for our jugular. Now, I am a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. And I just took a whole lot of shit defending these Cowboys. I go to the mat for them. I love them. I hope for them. I pray for them. I believe in them. I spend every freaking day talking about them. I spend the day before buying shit so that way I can have a party to watch them. And I need to see these guys show me that they have some gonads, some cojones, some huevos, and that they aren't there to just roll over and die and get your check on Monday. That's what I hope. Going to any games this season, I'm supposed to go to the Eagles versus the Cowboys in Dallas, and then do a tailgate in Washington. So there's that. Anyway, the Cowboys have just made another fool out of me with this live stream. Let me say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here and supporting me as I did the walk of shame for the Dallas Cowboys that literally looked like some bullshit. I appreciate y'all. And got to go to Charlottesville. I think I'm going to let my wife drive. To Charlottesville and pick up some stuff so I can help out my brother-in-law get his internet working. As always, I appreciate you guys, and all you Eagle fans that are in here trashing me, I want you to take note of something. I want you to take note. If you talk the talk, if you come in here right now and you troll me at my rock bottom because the Cowboys suck, when your team sucks, and it will, trust me, it will, don't disappear, because I came here like a man and showed up. Don't be that fair weather fan that only shows up when the good times are there. And Eagle fans,
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more